Bitcoin goes on an epic pump, moving from 103,000 to over 106,000 in a matter of hours. What will we see this week? And what will altcoins do? I'll share some charts with you. And MicroStrategy is about to be added to the Nasdaq 100 ETF. This is big. And the upcoming chairman of the House Financial Services Committee wants to get crypto legislation in the first 100 days of next year, guys. This is big. I'll give you the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I'm sure many of you saw Bitcoin was going bonkers over the past few hours. It pumped from $103,000 to over $106,000. Right now, it's sitting at $104,651 at the time of recording. So is this the start of the next leg up, guys, the next pump? It seems that way. If you recall, I had shared two scenarios with you guys that we could see what we're seeing right now, a very small consolidation, a bit of sideways movement, and then we continue to rally upwards, or Bitcoin rolls over and goes and tests the lows around 88K, 80K, and so forth, which will be very healthy. So as always, I told you guys that we have to let the market show us what it wants to do because we don't have a crystal ball. But this type of breakout on a Sunday night is very bullish as we head into this week. So it looks like this rally wants to continue. And here, analyst Matthew Hyland is calling for $114,000 as the next target. He's using the Fibonacci model on top of the Bitcoin weekly chart. I think it could possibly go higher, maybe to 120K, but there's no guarantee, right? But that's what I'm looking for. And of course, as Bitcoin continues its pump upwards, it hits its local overbought scenario, and then the liquidity starts flowing to the altcoins. And as I've been sharing with you guys over the past couple of weeks, as Bitcoin's been consolidating, huge amounts of stablecoin liquidity has been minted, such as USDT Tether and, of course, USDC issued by Circle. So these are the different metrics and things you want to look at to get an idea of what may be around the corner. So very good to see this, guys. And when you look at Bitcoin on the monthly chart, oh my God, it's a beautiful, beautiful chart. Guys, TradingView is free. You can go to tradingview.com, pull up the Bitcoin chart, change the timeline from weekly, daily, hourly, but the monthly looks so bullish. It looks very much like it did in the previous bull market. So guys, get ready. Things are going to heat up. Things are going to get really euphoric and crazy, and extreme greed and all these things will return. But this is where you want to be selling. You want to have a cash out plan and know what you're going to do, guys. And when we look at the altcoin market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, boy, it has broken through the old all-time high. And it is looking good. And this is very good for the rest of the market. We know Bitcoin is going to do its thing, but what would all the other altcoins do? And we're seeing some very positive signs here. As far as the total crypto market cap, it is currently at $3.71 trillion. So bull market vibes, guys. Here, analyst Shardy B highlighted that Ethereum is poised for a breakout, saying this is where we bounce, looking at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So ETH has been a bit of a laggard this cycle, but it's going to move. I think as we head into 2025, some of those ETFs, the Ethereum ETFs, get staking. That's going to make it much more appealing, guys, because you're going to earn the yield while holding the asset, right? So I think that's going to be a big driver for adoption of ETH from an ETF standpoint. But guys, when you talk ETFs, just look at what the Wall Street crowd has been doing. US ETFs purchased 21,300 Bitcoin last week. That's 10x the mining supply. They bought more than was mined. This is wild, and they're going to pass Satoshi's wallet. BlackRock has been on a tear. I've only been seeing inflows into the BlackRock ETF. There has been no outflows. There has been some outflows from the others, like Fidelity, ARK, and so forth. Small amounts, right? But BlackRock has not been selling. I'm sure they're telling their clients, hold, hold, hold. We know what's coming. BlackRock's the world's wealthiest asset manager, and they are plugged into the government. And I've told you guys, go look at what they did after 2008 in working with the government and all the stuff they did during the pandemic as well. They know assets and they know what they're doing, guys. So it's incredible what's happening. So you're kind of having this supply and demand shock here where there's limited Bitcoin being put out there, especially if you're buying more than what's being mined. So it's not just Michael Saylor buying, right? We know Saylor's been going nuts, but these ETFs, you watch the inflows, it's only been going up, guys. Incredible, incredible stuff. Now, you may see a lot of people say Santa Claus rally, and there's something I want to share here. As we were talking about back in August and as well as September, when people were crying and scared of the Japanese yen trade crash and all that stuff, we know that seasonality wise, Q4 has always been great for markets. So you're going to see these different narratives, the Santa Claus rally and this and that. That's for retail. That's for people who don't know how to read charts, who don't know about macro and global liquidity, which I share with you guys on this podcast. So if Bitcoin was to continue this rally, and we go touch new highs heading into the last week of December into early January. This is something it's done before. We could see some sort of pullback in January, which we've seen historically back in 2020, December 2020 into January 2021. That is exactly what happened. Bitcoin is rallying just like this, and then it pulled back in January, but the bull market wasn't over. Then in February, it started its pump again, and it kept going until when? April. And what's the saying, guys? Seasonality, sell in May and go away. So keep these things in mind. I will remind you guys in the newsletter on this podcast, we're going to look for a similar pattern. Doesn't mean it has to play out like that. But this is not only about crypto. This is the stock market. So the narrative here is the sell in May, go away is for all markets, right? We've seen the summer boring, lull, nothing happening. So I'm going to be looking to take significant profits if things play out like this. And then we'll see if the bull market continues into October, November of 2025. There's no guarantee it does that. This thing could end sooner than expected. But we're going to look at the historical patterns and follow that and see what happens. Because the same thing in 2017, we saw a similar pattern where things cooled off as well. The summer times are not great for markets. So once again, it doesn't have to be an exact carbon copy, but as they say, history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So get ready that potentially come January, maybe sooner, we see that big correction that Bitcoin needs to go test supports at 88K, 80K, whatever it is. And before we continue our strong rally and into the remainder of Q1 and then at Q2, of course. So guys, I'm bullish, and then we know altcoins are going to follow. So once again, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, look at this, already broken its old all-time high set in 2021. That's very bullish. Now, guys, a great place that you can buy Bitcoin and altcoins is on Uphold. This is a platform I've been using since 2018. They have 300 plus cryptocurrencies on their platform. They're safe, they're reliable. And folks, they don't commingle or lend out your crypto funds. They are 100% reserved, and they have a transparency report that you can take a look at. Now, they just launched a program called Uphold Rewards, where you can essentially earn on your stablecoin. So up to 5.25% on stablecoins, 24-hour early access to new tokens, and exclusive crypto insights. And the respective stablecoins they support include USBC, USDC, and PYUSD, and they will be supporting the Ripple RLUSD stablecoin when that launches. So this is a really great opportunity to earn additional rewards with your crypto. So to unlock all rewards, you got to complete 3 simple challenges each month. That is, open the app and check your account at least once a month, deposit $50 at least once a month, and trade $50 at least once a month. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold and all these great features and products, visit the link in the description. Now, folks, I'm sure some of you saw, but MicroStrategy, which of course is a Bitcoin proxy, right? Michael Saylor has been buying Bitcoin like crazy. MicroStrategy has been benefiting from this. Their stock price, there's a bit of an arbitrage there. They've issued incredible amounts of debt and bonds and so forth, and they are buying Bitcoin nonstop. So the headline reads, Bitcoin proxy MicroStrategy to join the Nasdaq 100 and heavily traded QQQ ETF. This is really big, guys. It's significant for MicroStrategy, and it's paying off big time. And we'll see if any other folks follow. MicroStrategy has an incredible head start, and this is going to give a really big exposure to passive investors, to MicroStrategy, and of course, indirectly to Bitcoin. Obviously, you have the mainstream ETFs out there, but there's a different crowd that invests in MicroStrategy. So, really, really incredible stuff. And Michael Saylor is going to pay off really well for him. Although I have this gut feeling though that the amount of leverage he's putting out there, it worries me a bit because we've seen historically when you use that much leverage, right? It's not a good thing because you never know what can happen. I hope nothing bad happens. I hope everything's okay. And I don't wish bad or anything like that. But I think you guys understand what I'm saying. When you see that amount of money being raised, bull markets don't last forever and bear markets will return. So hopefully he knows what he's doing here. I'm sure he does. And hopefully everything works out for him there. Now, the folks at Vanguard continue to be anti-Bitcoin, anti-crypto. It's kind of pathetic. Here's the article just published on Friday. Bitcoin has no role in retirement portfolios. Vanguard. I think, folks, Vanguard is having its blockbuster moment. Adapt or die. And I think they're going to be in trouble. It's not going to happen right away. Remember, Blockbuster didn't go out of business, didn't go bankrupt overnight or in a month or a year because they didn't innovate, because they didn't adapt to the internet. They even had an opportunity to buy Netflix. They didn't. But, the rest of Wall Street and the world's wealthiest asset manager, BlackRock, they're all here taking positions. And you got the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve and all these things happening. Bad move. Bad move. All right, guys, moving ahead. Very bullish news. Incoming committee chair, Representative French Hill, plans to prioritize digital asset legislation in the new year. Many of you have seen French Hill on my podcast. I've had him on many times. My last interview with him was in October after Congress had the DeFi hearing and much more. Great man. He absolutely gets crypto. He absolutely gets technology. And it's not that he's some techie or anything like that, but he understands that this is the future. We need to embrace it. We need to legislate it, regulate it, and so forth. And he's saying he wants to get the crypto bill framework done in the first 100 days. So I've been hearing from some folks that, end of Q1, early Q2, we could see the passing of the respective bills. And look, we got the pro-crypto president coming in. We got a pro-crypto Congress coming in. So a lot of the roadblocks and challenges we face and the headwinds we face, the years before are not going to be there. Just look what happened this year where we had the FIT 21 bill being passed and it's getting bipartisan support. So really, really incredible stuff. He went on CNBC on Friday, of course, criticized Gensler and talked about the need for us to get this done so America can succeed and in leading technologies like Web3, crypto, blockchain, and so on and so forth. So very bullish, guys. This could be a huge, huge narrative going back to the timeline I told you guys, right? Right before sell in May go away. See what I'm talking about here? So this is why this is the time to pay attention to the market. Do not take your eyes off of it. Do not take your eyes off all the things that are happening, because we want to make sure that we're getting as much profit in before the blow off top comes. So just be prepared. I know you guys are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'll bring you the updates. I'll bring you the interviews so that we can grab as much as we can, guys, and walk away from this bull market with profits, right? With some life-changing money. So I wish you all the best, of course, that you guys make some incredible returns, because this is certainly an opportunity of a lifetime. Now, guys, last week, the renomination vote of Caroline Crenshaw, who's anti-crypto, she's a Democrat commissioner, that was delayed and there was a lot of drama. Well, apparently it's going to be this coming Wednesday. And, folks are already saying, hey, call up your respective representative and tell them, don't vote to not renominate this person. She has to be kicked out. But of course, we know she's going to be outnumbered, but still, this person was as bad as Gary Gensler. So, guys, you can check out Stand with Crypto to go find out who's up for voting as far as the Senate, and you can contact them, email, phone calls, and so forth. Now, guys, as I mentioned last week, I will be at the Blockchain Association's Policy Summit tomorrow as well as Tuesday. This will be in Washington, D.C., and you're going to see a lot of people there. Cynthia Lummis, Bill Haggerty, Tim Scott, Patrick McHenry, French Hill, Ro Khanna, Wally Nickel. Many folks are going to be there. So I'll try to get you guys as many interviews as possible and get you some exclusive information as possible. So Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. You're following me on social media and so forth. And guys, a great way you can support me is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. It's on Substack. Link will be in the description. And also grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Buy a copy for yourself. Buy a copy for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. Give it as a gift this holiday and help them to learn about crypto. Help them not to get wrecked because this book will teach them about it. It will give them investment tips and much more. And if you bought a copy already, guys, please leave a rating and review on Amazon. It will really help me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you all later.